How to eat junk food and all the foods that you actually want without restricting anything. How to literally have anything you want at any time you want and still lose weight. That's what we're gonna cover in this video. But before we go there, click the subscribe button because on this channel, you're gonna learn how to build a strong, sexy, high-performing, and awesome-looking physique that goes along with your business success. What's up, everybody? This is Coach Amir from 7figurebody.com, and in today's video, we're going to talk about one of the topics that most people believe is not possible at all, and that is how to eat pretty much anything you want. Yes, that includes all the desserts and snacks and pizzas and anything else you want, including junk food, and still lose weight. Is that possible? The answer is yes, of course it is. Now, how is that possible? Well, it's actually very simple. When you figure out how many calories you need to be eating that to maintain current weight, that's your maintenance calories. And let's say roughly, I don't like to give a kind of like general numbers, but it's easier to understand what the ranges are. So anywhere from 13 to 15 times your body weight in pounds, that is how many calories roughly is going to be your maintenance. Please understand though that this can vary a lot. People who are very overweight and sedentary, their calorie intake probably should be lower than that. A lot of times it's like 12 to 13 times their weight. So what does that mean? So let's say you weigh 200 pounds, you're a guy, 200 pounds, somewhere like 13 to 15 times that is what your maintenance calories are, meaning the amount of energy or food that you would need to maintain that weight, to not lose any, to not gain any, to stay exactly where you are. Now, once we figure that out, then we take a certain percentage off. So we basically need to be in a calorie deficit if we're trying to lose weight. There's no way around it. Calorie deficit means you will be losing body fat, absolutely, assuming you don't lose muscle. Again, how do you not lose muscle? Eat enough protein and work out in the gym properly. You can't do cardio. Cardio doesn't build muscle, nor does it maintain muscle. Lifting weights does both, okay? So the worst case scenario, if you lift weights on a diet, you're going to maintain the muscle. The best case is you actually build muscle while in deficit, and this is absolutely possible. Probably 95% of my clients achieve exactly that. Why? Because we dial in their proper training program, enough protein and recovery and everything else, so they're burning fat while building muscle. Certainly possible. Video coming exactly on how to do this A to Z. But for now, remember that once you figure out, let's hypothetically say you figured out it takes, 3,000 calories to maintain your current weight. Let's say, hypothetically. And let's say you say, okay, I'm going to take 20% deficit off of that. So 20% of 3,000 is 600 calories. So instead of 3,000 calories maintenance, you're going to be eating 2,400 calories to lose weight effectively. Okay. So that is 600 calorie deficit per day over 7 days. What is that? 600 times 7, over 4,000 calories. You will certainly be losing over a pound of fat under these conditions every single week. So now you say, okay, so if I'm a 200-pound man, let's say I have 160 grams of protein times 4 is, 700 calories. So out of the 2,400, 700 calories goes to protein. The rest of the 1,700 calories you can fill with carbs and fats. So that means 1,700 calories you get to eat every day from just fats and carbs. And these fats and carbs can come from any source. It doesn't literally matter if you have a little bit. So let's say you figure out half of that is going to come from carbs. Let's say half of 1,700, I'm doing math, live. Half of 1,700 is like 850. So let's say it's 200 grams of carbs, okay, roughly, okay? So 200 grams of carbs. It does not matter for your weight loss results and fat loss results and or muscle building results. If you have 200 calories of 200 grams of carbs from pure sugar, like you have a little pile of sugar of 200 grams and you eat it with a spoon, or these 200 grams of carbs come from rice or from broccoli or from pizza or from any other carb source that you prefer, it does not matter. For your weight loss and fat loss results, it's going to be identical. And this is the reason why you can eat anything you want as long as it fits into these numbers. So this is, by the way, if you don't want to believe this, I don't know why you wouldn't believe it, but it's like, oh, it sounds too good to be true. Well, in this case, it actually isn't. too good to be true. It absolutely is how it works. So if you Google McDonald's diet and Twinkie diet, these are the two famous examples where I think both the guys that did it were some kind of nutrition professors. So they said, okay, we've had enough of, listening to the BS and crap that says, oh, you got to eat clean. In order to lose weight, you just have to have like vegetables and like lean meats, and that's it. You can't have a block of chocolate. You can't have a little slice of pizza, however small. You can't have any desserts. You can't even have fruit. Like keto and carnivore zealots will literally have you believe you can't have fruit, which is ridiculous. Like literally one of the dumbest things you can ever do is not consume fruit. Healthy, tastes amazing, bunch of minerals and vitamins, very satiating, very low calories per food volume, like amazing weight loss food. For decades now, scientists have been using watermelon as one of the most effective weight loss foods. Watermelon. Why? Because it's a ton of food volume, makes you very satiated and full because it's mainly water for a very, very small amount of calories per volume of food. So more watermelon you eat, more body fat and more weight you will lose. Now, of course, try to say that to keto and carnivore zealots, right? They're like, oh, fruit, insulin, oh my God, right? So if you look at these, McDonald's and Twinkie diet, basically what they did was the McDonald's guy just ate in McDonald's all day, every day. All the meals he had were junk food because they were from McDonald's. The only thing he did do, he calculated probably 12 times his weight. That's how many calories he ate. And that, yes, certainly that does mean he didn't eat a lot of it, right? Because junk food is very caloric, but still he ate all his meals from McDonald's and nothing from Whole Foods, nothing else. It was just basically, junk food, 100%. Guess what happened? He was in a calorie deficit, therefore he lost a ton of weight. Because he lost a ton of weight, all of his health parameters improved significantly, because that's exactly what happens when you lose weight, regardless of how you lose weight. This is why every zealot group, fasting zealots, keto, carnivore, vegans, low fat, low carb, everybody can say that their diet is the healthiest thing ever. It's not. Losing weight is the healthiest thing ever, regardless of how you lose it. Now, the question is, once you've lost it, can you maintain it? Right? And for all of these, most of them you can't maintain it. And that's why people regain the weight and their health suffers again. So anyways, please remember, guys, you absolutely can eat anything you want without any restrictions of foods. To my clients, I give them two options, the same total calories and same protein, but one of them is higher carb, lower fat. The other one is higher fat, lower carb. And I say, let's try each for 2 weeks and then figure out what is it that you actually like more. Generally speaking, men tend to like more fats and a bit less carbs. Women tend to be the opposite. They love them carbs and are now kind of like, I don't really care about fats. But as long as there's minimum of fat intake that is being consumed, your hormones are going to be okay, your health's going to be okay, and therefore every other, everything else that you have of your calorie allotment for the day can come from any source that you want, pretty much. So this, guys, is the way to lose all the body fat you want by being in a calorie deficit while eating anything you want, as long as it fits those numbers. That is the answer. Nothing special, I know, but for a lot of people, it seems not only like crazy, but entirely impossible. They don't think that this is true. And then when I set up the numbers for them, here's how you do this, when, how much, they're like, oh my God, that actually works. And they're getting shredded. To this point, 14 years and 1,200 clients transformed later, I have never had any one client be in ketosis. I've never had any one client be deprived. Like, oh, he's like, can I have this food? I'm like, no, you can't. That has never happened. You can have anything you want. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button, like it, and share as well. Also, one other thing, if you like this, you're gonna love the free video that I have for you that shows you A to Z how to do all this and basically lose all the weight you want without starvation, without cardio, and without cutting out carbs. If you like that video, 100% free, click the in the description below. There's a link, you can click there. When you put your name and email and phone number, we're gonna give you a direct and immediate access to this video that shows you A to Z how to lose all the body fat you want and build the perfectly lean, strong, healthy, high-performing, and sexy physique of a 7-figure entrepreneur. Guys, that's it for today. Wishing you an awesome day. See you next time. Cheers.